week 5 was the family day.
Oh.
Yeah, so week 5 was a family day. It was really cool to kind of, while we weren't doing regular instruction for surf, get all the families together, get everybody brought in. We didn't go through the full surf session because the waves were kind of bad. There was a pretty bad rip current. So we didn't get to go out with all the families and do surf, but they did the land lesson. I brought my daughter with me. She got to meet a lot of the people that I've been meeting with, and then their kids. So that was really cool because it was a family event. People brought their significant others and their children and kind of brought that whole cohesiveness together for the community. Family day was so much fun. We started out, we did yoga and got my daughter into doing that. She loves doing yoga and stretching. She dances all the time. So watching her do the yoga, she just picked it up in 2 seconds and she's, you know, looking like a graceful person. And then all the old people and myself are stretching and, having a hard time as usual. So we also did the sandcastle contest.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and Brian was judging, and I think we won because of the most unique style. We made these like mushroom sandcastles. It was pretty cool. So she got some shark's teeth, and she really enjoyed that. She loves collecting on the beach, and she had a really good time. Yes, I did the wellness. It was the external obstacles uh, that very closely related to the internal obstacles. So I did another virtual meeting with Elisa, and we started talking about how those interact with the life. A lot of my external obstacles, cycle back to all my injuries. So going to the doctor is not fun for me because I have lots of doctor's appointments. So that kind of gives me a lot of nerves and starts putting me into a space. While I know it's necessary, um, it brings back memories and brings back challenges and stuff. The tools that having to be able to realize the difference between internal and external obstacles. Because like I said the previous week, there were some of my internal obstacles that I thought really actually were external and vice versa. Um, so having to really process the differences between the two, shine the light on what I was actually avoiding and not really thinking were problems. And I just thought it was normal. And come to find out that it really wasn't. Um, some of the tools that I go through, and writing in the notebook, finding out, doing the charts, and writing down the list of what I do on a daily basis, and how I avoid stuff really helps out pinpoint some of those things. And the workbook and kind of shows some alternate ways to look at it. I think a lot of it too is just talking about it instead of internalizing. Having somebody to talk to and experience that has experience with it really shows that you're going to learn something and you can move forward. The biggest thing really is the self-awareness piece of it. If the having the people to talk to, it shows you that you're not alone. And you know by talking to someone out loud or writing it down, it really makes a difference. You can't process everything in your head. um, as humans, we love to do that, and in the military, we're kind of taught to do that. You know, figure it out, but expressing it in the various ways that you can, find out that you can do it differently. You don't have to do it the hard way, or there may be easier ways. Um, I some of the other stuff that I've been doing since being in the program with the VA um, has provided even more insights to those from a clinical aspect, and it gives more insight. And I've been writing down stuff even more, and like I said, it's a jumping stone or a stepping stone to some of the other programs that I've been exposed to now. And I can look back and say, wow, I don't think I would have progressed as far in this other therapy that I'm doing if I didn't already have an understanding about it. And my providers actually commented saying, you already know these concepts. How? And I tell them about Warrior Surf, and they're like, oh yeah, I've heard about that program. It seems really cool. I did yoga that week, yeah, because at the we did a little small session at Family Day, so it felt good. It was a different setting too. That was really nice having it instead of being in the pavilion down the street. We did it on the beach, and that put me even more of a Zen mode. Tiffany was instructing that one, which was a little bit different because I'd been in the group sessions with Mimi uh, previously, and so I had that group setting with Tiffany, which was my first time doing that, and it felt really good to start working on moves on a little bit of a less stable uh, setting. Sand works differently than the concrete or wood floors or anything like that. So you have to concentrate a little bit more on balance, which is a hard thing for me. But having the sunrise right there across the pier and the waves crashing puts you in a really cool mood. Parting thoughts for week 5 would be um, participate in the extracurricular and activities that the program puts on. If there are um, other events like Family Day, even if it's just you, and still come out, meet some of the other participants' families, and interact with them, because later on in the wellness sessions, you start talking about building out your tribe, um, making friends, and not having that pressure of I'm going to surf, I'm going to do yoga, I'm going to do wellness. It's a different format. It's more about that community piece. Um, Other events like we've got coming up, the yoga on the Yorktown. Even if you're not a yogi, and you're still learning to how to get in that flow state, it is so breathtaking to do that event. That's what brought me in, was that event, and so there's a whole lot of different stuff out in the world or out in the community, and just participating in it. And it's all related. It'll come back and have positive impacts on your progress through the program.